How much you live depends upon how much you die. Let me explain. We have the new circumcision of the heart, the dying to self, long suffering. What is tied to the circumcision of the heart is the callousness of it. So the old heart is tied to the old man, which is tied to the flesh thereof of the old man, which is, what are the characteristics of an old man? Ornery, anger, stuck in their ways, stubborn. That's like the characteristics of an uncircumcised heart, of being connected to the old man still. So that's the part of death. That's dead. The uncircumcised heart and the flesh connected to it is dead. Now you got the new man. What is the new man, you ask? The new man is spirit. The new man is the renewing of our mind. So, but we never knew it. Our mind before Adam and Eve sinned, we just knew that was our nature to be like Yah. So the renewing of the mind is to go back to before they ate the fruit, right? So the renewing of the mind is the renewing of the spirit man, right? Okay, so we were born ingrained into sin. Now the new circumcision is our Father showing us how to die to self, how to die of the flesh and everything that the flesh pertains, so that we can therefore live in the spirit. Okay, y'all keeping up with me? Let me know if I need to explain it better. I'm gonna keep going. So the more we die in the flesh, the more we live in the spirit. Okay, we're gonna keep that right. Okay. This is what I feel. This is what I feel in my soul, right? This is what I feel. A lot of people, I won't say a lot, I'll just say some. Let's start out with some. Let's not go too broad right now. Some people, like with your parent, you do something wrong, right? And you like, oh my goodness, they're going to be so mad. They're going to kill me. I don't want to even face them, right? So you run. Then years go by and you still running because you don't want to face the thing that you did because you think this is going to happen. Then something happens, you go back home, and in reality, they were just glad that you're still alive. They're glad that you're okay. They'll welcome you with open arms, like the prodigal son, right? So literally, you have to go through all of these prideful situations in your flesh. And like the prodigal son, when he realized he was eating pig slop, then he went back home and his father welcomed him with open arms. So I feel like some people believe like, I feel some people are like, I've done too much stuff. I've done too much. I don't even want to speak it out loud, the things that I have done. Oh my goodness, it ain't no way you're going to forgive me. And I feel like that's why some people won't come back. I feel like that's why some people will not be considered the prodigal son, because that's what they feel. When in reality, that's not him at all. He wants us. Part of us simplifying and admitting, not admitting to a people, just admit it out loud to him. Admit it to yourself. He wants us to admit the things to ourselves so that we know as well. Just like you ask your child, do you know what you did? Or they pull you over in the cop car. Do you know why I pulled you over? So it's like he already know what you did. He wants you to acknowledge what you did so then you could pray for that thing specifically. Bring it in simplest form. Call a spade, okay? So don't go around thinking it's a clove. I say this all the time. That's all. And let me tell you a trick of Satan, right? He will have you feeling condemned instead of convicted. So when it's a situation and you feel condemned for it, it's Satan. We have conviction. When we have conviction, that's how we know, okay, that's a no-no. I shouldn't have did that. I repent. Call it out for what it is. And another way to call it out is because so we'll know to stay away from that. Okay, that might be a trigger for me. Let me stay away from that. Let me put that in my knapsack of do not touch. Girl, okay, all right? Stay away from it because you're going to act like the old man, all right? Okay. So that's part of admitting the things that our old man was doing, right? You know you better than anybody else know you. And our Father know you better than you know yourself, okay? Because let me add, if you try to do right things, right, in the flesh, you trying to do right things without just being right with our Father, you become self-righteous. So you become more than you ought. More than you ought to think of yourself. You are self-righteous now, okay? That's a slippery slope. Okay. Even when Paul could have boasted about who he was, but he didn't boast at all, right? Because even when he wanted to do good, evil was always present. And until we are in eternity, we will always be a part of this Adam suit. Okay? So then if you living in a self-righteous mind frame and you do mess up, now you feel condemned again because you're still in the flesh. So how much you live depends upon how much you die. How much you die of the flesh, how much you circumcise your heart. That is all taken into account of how much you live, and let our Father lead you. Those still small voices, let him guide you. Because I'm telling you, once I started over these years and I really understood, because I was like, girl, get in the back seat. Actually, you got a three-row seater. You need to get in the back, okay? Get back there. That's where you need to sit. Yeah. So, and like I'm sitting here and I have all of these graves around me. And what the flesh of a person would say, all of that potential. But for me, what I say is, how many passed without knowing our Father? How many passed without experiencing him, his greatness on this earth? You know, out of all this ugliness, how many passed and didn't get that? So that's why I keep coming for y'all. Because Satan is right there. Satan is right there in the thick of it. So, come on now. And for the churchianity, churchgoers, religious people, let me tell you, do not speak spiritually, but you are inner carnal, okay? Because he knows. And 9 times out of 10, the people around you knows too, right? That's part of that perpetrating. And they're not going to expose you, so you don't expose them. But it's time for the truth to come out and the evil to be exposed for what it is, okay? So if you got some church hurt, or you've been surrounded by religiosity or whatever, come at your girl. Come on. I'm going to dispel the lies with the truth. I'm going to let the truth shine on them dark places, and you're going to be able to feel them essence of the sun and the, you know, how warm it is on your skin, and instead of that coldness of the lies and the dark and the like creepy, crawly somewhere over there. Okay, there we go. It feels like fall, y'all. That's what the truth feels like.